We're flying this into the fucking side of a mountain.
Doing it live.
I don't know why we're doing that. I don't want to do that. But Jesus.
Why? Because Oracle is the one piloting, and we have
That's
no
right.
And he doesn't have a license.
No,
Got to
we
do
let him
like
do
the
it
Ultimate
anyways.
Warrior fucking Hulk Hogan video, like
he can scuba dive.
take control of the plane and crash it.
All right. This week on the RER Report, we are talking about video game controllers and shit that pretty much fucking sucked. A lot of them did. With us this week is Oracle. Oracle and his wife, I thought were just a nice little lovely couple until I saw them standing in front of a fucking murder deer smiling like a bunch of psychopaths. I had no idea Caroline had it in her to watch you shoot it. Did she shoot it or did you shoot it?
I shot it.
You shot it?
It's like, you're damn right I shot it. Ain't gonna let no woman show me up.
Holy shit. Next to him is Ashtray, who's been hacking it along for the past 45 minutes, and now he's drinking a beer, so I hope he's doing well. Then there's Mystic. Nobody likes Mystic, so go ahead and fuck him. And then I'm Teddy. I like smelling my wife's underwear. Yeah, deal with it.
Nice.
Your wife's underwear or
just any wife?
Any wife's underwear.
Your wife's underwear.
Yes,
your wife's underwear.
Great.
Damn, dude.
Right. Well, that just made this relationship weird.
It was weird to start off, bro. I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna kick it off with
finding your friend sniffing your wife's underwear. Like, what the fuck?
Fucking turn that into a business.
Don't they sell like girls' panties in Japan or something in the vending machine?
Oh, only
in the vending machine.
Could have swore I heard that. Like it might have been a wife's tale.
No, they sell underwear in vending machines in Japan, but I don't think they're used. I think they're pretty new.
Hey man, those are some freaky motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you're right for asking because they may well be.
It's very, very.
Probably the Chinese just trying to rip on the Japanese.
Right.
Fuck you guys for World War II.
Yeah, right.
Jesus. All right, so we're gonna start off with the power pad. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
all of y'all had this.
absolutely had the power pad.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
First, we gotta start with the pause for the call. Sorry, so sorry.
Pause for the call.
This is for the emu named Emmanuel.
All right, I literally just right now. When you guys see pause for the cause in your head, how do you spell pause?
PAWS.
Yeah, I just now got that. The whole time I'm like, pause. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're pausing for the cause. I'm like, oh my god, these dudes are genius, and I'm sitting here just fucking like a lump.
Mm-hmm.
How high are you? Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm like an 11.5.
This is gonna be fun. All right, so everybody here familiar with the power pad, right?
Yes, I always wanted one. Never even got
You never
to try
had one?
Really? There was a while where it came with.
They were rare.
It came with the console.
You peasant! This dude fucking was.
Wait, the power pad.
Yeah,
that's the track and field one.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. But actually, I never had that either.
Oh my god!
I remember playing it, but I never had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As a consensus as kids, what did you all think of it? Did you think it was good? Did it suck? Were y'all okay with it?
When it worked, it was fun as shit, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playing track and field in it and shit.
Yeah, like it was pretty cool. I mean, of course, you could totally just, like.
Oh, we cheated. We fucking cheated. Yeah.
Motherfucker on there.
That shit going.
What do you do? Just sit down and pat it with your fingers, like
you sit there and hit it with your hands, so you can run a 100-meter dash in like 5 seconds. It's like world record.
But as far as that shit went, like. It at least responded to your input.
Right. Well, somewhat okay.
That way.
How did it work? It looks like there's 12,
well, shut up and listen. Okay, goddamn it. It's a plastic mat. Each of those numbers represents a pressure pad. As it came out, it was like 4 or 5 games. It was maybe more than that. In America, there's like 4 or 5. In Japan, it was a lot more. That it worked with. It was originally released in 1986 in Japan as the family trainer for the Famicom, Family Fun Fitness.
Family Fun Fitness.
Notice that room has got Nintendo everything.
Yeah, right.
Of course.
Mario Clock.
and then 88 they introduced it to North America under the name of PowerPad. It sold 500,000 units.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ashtray, like you said, you never had one. After a while, it started being released with the
After a while, they were just giving them away, Ashtray.
Well, yeah, because
Your family's so poor. They're like, nope, not for you.
Well, it was not.
You don't
Wasn't
even
that?
have a Nintendo.
It was kind of like a bundle deal because the Nintendo used to come with Mario. Then it came with Duck Hunt. Then it came with both of them, and then they stopped selling those Duck Hunt and Mario as a single disc. So the only way you can get those if you had the double disc that you got as a bundle. And so Nintendo came out with the first triple cartridge game because it had Duck Hunt, Mario, and World Class Track Meet, and it came bundled with the with that Power Pad
and the Duck Hunt gun.
And the Duck Hunt gun, yes.
Nice.
And that bundle was it was selling for, it's over here. I got it on thing. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, $188 is what the bundle sold for.
That's fucking a lot of money back then.
It was a lot of money back then. A lot of people actually
Ashtray never had one.
Of the money it cost. Next up we have everybody's familiar with
Ashtray's mom was too busy keeping him and his sister alive and shit.
Yeah, we're a single mom. Fucking
they didn't have they didn't
old man shit.
They didn't have Nintendo shit, but they did have cancer.
Yeah. Got that.
So,
yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks for that, Mom. Next up, we have the Power Glove.
No, really. Thank you, Ashtray's mom, if she's listening.
Yeah,
Jesus,
we all love
her.
We all love
Fucking
Mom.
saint.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Anyway,
next up we have the Power Glove, which everybody's familiar with. We were all introduced to this game, to this piece of shit. I guess that's what it was.
This is another one I never got to try.
Oh man!
Just thank you, lucky.
Yeah,
stars.
right.
What movie?
Wizard.
First time
Yeah.
I saw it was in the
In the
Wizard.
movie Wizard, yeah, that's it. And that whole movie was propaganda for Nintendo.
Oh,
Even the arcade game she was playing, like even the arcade
well,
game,
it was
like,
Mario
the Nintendo
Brothers
version.
3.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
it's
that
Mario
was
Brothers
the
3
fucking
at the
game.
end. Yeah, it was fucking. So this game was a glove. It had program buttons. It had a controller, the A and B buttons. And with those program buttons, you can do things like make a faster fire faster and shit, or do things like that. There was supposed to be some sort of little what do you call it, the movement in there.
Yeah.
I actually have
some sort of usability.
How the fuck would
Yeah.
it even sense that?
I'll explain that to you.
Yeah.
There's a little commercial right there
Yeah.
that if you want to play for the original commercial,
Yeah, I
this
played the
takes me
commercial.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's punching the screen.
Right. I'll play it again.
Oh, you already
Yeah,
played it? I'm
It
sorry,
definitely
you
did
already
not have that functionality.
played it. Okay, so the reason.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? It was supposed to, because the Power Glove was originally released in 1989. Even though it was an officially licensed product for Nintendo, they actually didn't make it, and they were also not involved in the design or the release of the accessory. It was designed by Samuel Cooper Davis for AGE, Abrams Gentile Entertainment. That's a weird fucking.
It sounds like a porn company. Abrams.
Yeah, it was designed by him, and it was made by Mattel. And so it was based off of an actual haptic glove by a guy named Thomas G. Zimmerman and Jaron Lanier. They were virtual reality pioneers, and they had made this glove that every finger had like a little fiber optic in it that was programmable in the computer and things.
Mhm.
So what Mattel decided to do was they took these two guys, Hal Berger and Gary Yarman, and told them to develop that technology into a functional product for Nintendo. So they designed the Power Glove in about 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
And what they did was instead of using, they took it from the prototype of that Zimmerman glove with the fiber optics in their finger, but they didn't put fiber optics in every finger. They just put it in like the little handheld thing, and it was a cheaper. It wasn't even fiber optics. It was like some cheap fucking plastic thing.
Just some fucking cheap copper wire.
I
pulled
feel
out
like
of a doorbell.
fiber optics. You kind of need to do the fiber optics. You can't just throw fucking anything in there.
Okay, so here's a better way to describe it. The data glove that they base it off of, it can detect yaw, pitch, and roll. Uses fiber optic sensors to detect finger flexure, and has a resolution of 256 positions. Okay, the Nintendo
Power glove.
The Power Glove can only yeah, pretty much. It can only
stuck and
only,
off.
Yeah. It can only measure like 6 things on because it's and the pinky wasn't even like none of the glove was actually part of the happy thing. It was
So, like,
all in
even
the
if you
fucking
flexed your fingers, it didn't
Yeah,
right.
it
It
didn't
was
do
all
dick.
and it do dick, yeah, because they
It
didn't have
was
it
a
going.
controller
It was a
on
controller
the
on your arm.
fucking on your
Strapped into your
arm that was so much harder
so-
to use
Dude,
than
it
an
was so-
actual
It was
controller.
such a piece of shit. And that movie, I mean, when that kid when in the
Sucker.
movie, the kid takes it out of the fucking case and like puts it on and shit.
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
It
the
looks
wizard
so
clip?
fucking cool.
Everyone's like fucking chanting, or they
Ah,
should have
right.
been at
Look.
least.
Hilarious,
Power Glove.
so
Let's see here.
there was a new movie came out. It was on HBO Max. It was about the kids. It was like a remake of a Toy Story of a Christmas Story where the kids are trying to
Oh,
get a Nintendo.
yeah,
Have you
when
seen
they
it?
fucking the Nintendo. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
but
like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But there was a scene where this rich kid was like, "I got the Power Glove. Who wants to play?" And he gets these kids in the basement, and he's trying to play. And the rich kid's trying to play with the Power Glove, and he's like, "This thing fucking sucks." And he throws a tantrum.
Yeah.
Fucking, and
The
ends up
tantrum breaks the TV.
Here's the
And
fucking.
I was like, that is actually how bad that piece of shit
Yeah,
was.
I didn't have that exact experience, but yeah, I had the rich kid friend and in his basement and trying to play Street Fighter or something. I don't know what it was, but it was just like,
on that piece of shit.
what the hell? Like, are we doing
there, I
it
just
right?
put the power glove
Yeah, and it was just that fucking shitty. Yeah.
scene from Wizard in there. That second YouTube link.
Okay, so the next piece of shit
Look
we
at
have
that
up.
fucking hair. Rad Racer.
I mean, when he's leaning with the fucking with shit trying to get it. The next piece of shit we have up is the Nintendo Rob, or short for robot. This thing was made to play games with you. And the commercial, I remember as a kid, I didn't look up this commercial now, but as a kid, I remember thinking like it's cool to have another person playing with you when you can play with yourself. This was not the case. It only came with 2 games, Gyromite and what's the other one called? Stack Up. This little robot, if you're looking at the picture there, those little hands couldn't press any buttons. So you had to have, depending on what game you played, you had to have extra accessories that came with the game, so that the robot would hit the buttons on, because he couldn't hit the buttons himself.
Whoa.
So let me put this picture up here for y'all. Just show you all the accessories it came with. I should have done this in there. I'll put this in the.
What the fuck is this piece of
Yeah,
shit?
is there a YouTube
supposed to
video of this
do?
thing? Let's find a YouTube video
Yeah,
on this.
see if you can find a YouTube video of this. My God.
There's gotta be. It looks
the-
so
are you talking about
ridiculous.
The Rob, oh yeah. It used the same fucking light like a screen light thing to see as the zapper did. So you know it was accurate, because that zapper thing was fucking accurate, you know. And you had to have all those extra accessories and shit. I don't want to pull an ashtray, so I didn't want to look up a video. But if you find a video, let me know.
Yeah, let's see it.
Here, early
let's see.
NES commercial featuring Rob.
Okay, yeah, put that in there.
Put that in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Preliminary flu
right
season.
below the
Burden estimates. What are you looking
right
at?
below his photo there.
All right. Looks like what was that? Those movies, Short Circuit?
Oh yeah, number
Johnny.
5 alive.
Johnny 5 alive.
Number 5 is alive.
So what is this thing supposed to be doing?
It's supposed to be playing games with you.
Oh,
Like
there were-
put a
there were two
controller in his
games.
hands or something.
There were 2 games that you could play with it. Gyromite or Gyro something, and then Stack Up, and you could only play those games with it. But the commercial made it seem like you could play more games with it. You know, they showed Kung Fu,
Right.
and
Yeah.
some other games, right? Which is not the case. It can only play those 2 games. You couldn't put a controller in his hand and it'd play Mario with you or any
Yeah.
other stuff. And in order for it to play, those other games, you had to have other accessories that were around it. Let me put this picture up here. See if I can do this copy image. Here you go. I'll put this in the thing for you underneath it. It was a hot piece of shit, man. That's a big ass picture. There it goes. I'll put that big ass picture in the
Word.
yeah.
So it is, you plug this thing into your Nintendo.
Right.
And is it like directly registering input. Like it's not doing anything with its fucking like spike hands, is it?
Right, exactly. That's why. So on that second picture, that big one I put.
Yeah.
You see how it's got in the front, it's got a red and a blue in front of it.
Yeah.
That was for the game. That was for you to play a game. Those I think that was a stack up game on those sides over there. Those two gyro things, whatever look like gyro whatevers. Those are for the gyro game.
Oh shit.
Okay, so right, so you had to have, and the two games sit on top of the case were the only two games that came with it. Or that were actually, they were sold separately. But those are the only two games that would play.
This is, I mean, if I was a dad that bought this
I would be
bullshit, I'd be pissed, man. I'd fucking take this outside and fucking shoot it with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you gotta see this. I found a commercial, original commercial to go with the Handy Boy. Oh, it's fucking funny.
It's coming up. Wait, it's coming up. Wait, did I skip the Handy Boy?
Okay, no, Handy Boy.
Yeah, it's right after Robot.
Okay.
I've never seen this other fucking
the Handy Boy. I remember
the
Rob.
I remember the Handy Boy. Okay, we can go on to the Handy Boy. So this thing turned your Game Boy into a monstrosity. One of the main things about the Game Boy was the portability. You know, the portability. But you can port this shit around. You could plug it into your Game Boy, which would drastically drain that battery power. Or it says it came with it could take its own C batteries, which were fucking huge. I'm trying to figure out where.
Look at these girls. They're like, we know he's got it.
He's got it over there. Look how big that thing is.
It's like the size of a GameCube.
Handy Boy by STD.
Also, the naming of Handy Boy.
Look at it.
Yeah. That's, like nobody thought that was a bad idea. Like they're like Handy Boy, huh? I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
STD company.
So what the Handy Boy did was you had those two big speakers on the side. It gave you an analog stick. It made the button A and B buttons bigger. Had a magnifying glass, which is adjustable. And it also had a light on it, because remember the old monochrome Game Boys?
Yeah, no
backlight. Yeah. So, but that was I couldn't find the original price for that thing. A lot of times I try to find the original price for something. Actually, my wife was helping me with this to try to find the original price. It would come up with some eBay thing or because all these things are not collector's items. So,
what would have been the first backlit? Sega Genesis?
Oh.
Sega Game Gear?
The Game Gear, I think. Maybe either the Game Gear.
Wasn't there like a Neo Geo fucking handheld?
The Swan.
Remember they fucking made a printer for the fucking Game Boy?
Game Boy, yeah, they had a printer for the Game Boy. I remember that. Yeah.
Fuck?
Yeah.
And Game Boy camera. Because it was Game Boy camera.
Yeah,
right.
Game Boy camera.
I mean, it's dumb as fuck. But that's like some NASA level fucking engineering. I mean, that thing, the processing power and shit that you're getting out of a Game Boy.
Right. There's a. I wish I knew the name of the channel, but there's a guy who goes through with all these old school consoles and things and shows you like the add-ons for it that you could do. And he'll do a Game Boy with everything on it. He'll do an N64 with all the shit on it, or he'll put a Sega on top of the stand and put the 32X in it and shit and all that other stuff.
Think of how much work it was for those damn poor engineers. Be like, all right, boys, this time we're now going to put the same space we put a Game Boy cartridge. We're going to make a Game Boy camera. Figure it out. Oh, fuck, man.
All right, moving on to some Sega shit. The Sega Genesis activator. Does anybody remember this?
For that.
No.
Oh, there's
I remember seeing.
What the hell is it?
The Sega activator. It's an infrared circle that you put on the floor. There's a picture for it right there. Each of those triangles is an infrared beam that corresponds to a button on the controller. It was marketed. It was marketed toward Streets of Rage. It was shown off for Streets of Rage too. It was marketed with Mortal Kombat and games like Street Fighter because you're in the circle and you could do your little shit. It was a piece of shit. Did not work.
Yeah,
right.
like, was it supposed to detect your movements?
It wasn't supposed to detect your movements. Each one of those triangles was an infrared beam that corresponded to a button. So when it comes to directionals, and it was a piece of shit. Did not work.
Like, you were supposed to like lean one way for a direction and another way.
Well, on the boxes of it shows you punching through or kicking through the beam to do the move to put you in the game.
This commercial is so over the fucking top.
They all were. We were kids. Right. We wanted this shit. We look as he steps to the octagon. Like, we wanted this shit.
Oh, here was
all those Ultra Beasts. Baseball. I remember that one.
Video. Oh, here's a fucking Today Show. Oh man.
Oh, wait, when she uses it. Yeah.
Yeah, it shows like these people from like the Today Show trying it. Hold on.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
God, what morning show was this couple? I can't remember. Like Good Morning America or something.
Regis and Kathy.
Oh yeah. I think that. No,
yeah, my wife suggested she wants to point out that when we were looking for the prices of these things, she told me to look through the Sears Wish books over the years, and I was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that shit." So you're right, dear. I should have listened to you. Thanks for making me feel bad in front of my friends. Moving on. We have a controller that I've for some reason I thought it wasn't you all who play these Resident Evil games. Hey, Mez and them did. But there was a chainsaw controller that was made by Newbie Tech.
Was that for PlayStation?
It was for PlayStation and for GameCube. The one for GameCube was red. The one for the one for GameCube was yellow. The one for PlayStation was red. And it was just for Resident Evil 4. A friend of mine.
Seems like an Evil Dead thing.
Yeah, a friend of mine got this controller and he was so fucking pissed when he got it
because it's not functional.
Because if you look at the picture, the buttons. Okay, so the analog buttons are in between one of the handles, and then on the other side are the actual buttons, and then the directional pad. It was very messed up. It was not. You couldn't hold it and play it right. They claimed it was supposed to make the game more, get you more in the game and be better for playing the game, but that was not the case. The Z button was on the underside of it. It was just
Frankenstein engineering.
Yeah, you just like you're trying to do this shit and you couldn't really do it. So people were. Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of shit. I wonder if there's any commercials of that.
Probably. They probably had a commercial.
Yep. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the Mega Jockey 9000.
The fuck is
Mega Jockey 9000?
That's the next picture down.
Oh, that's
next
the Steel Battalion controller.
Yeah, the Steel Battalion controller. This was made specifically for a game, Steel Battalion, that came out for the Xbox 360 in 2003. You cannot play that game without this controller. And these controllers are now worth a shit ton of money.
I can do.
Okay, for sure. Try to play it. So this has 3 pedals, 2 joysticks, over 40 buttons. This controller does, and it's to give you the. Oh shit! What is that?
How many buttons?
40 buttons.
Damn.
It's to give you the in-depth feel of driving a mech, bro. You got your pedals, you got your fucking things, you got to hit your button. It even has an eject button for some goddamn reason. Originally came out at $300. But they claim you got the controller and the video game came with it. Okay. They came out with two sequels. Steel Battalion, piece of shit, and Steel Battalion, some other thing. The first sequel
Steel Battalion, piece of shit. That one was my favorite.
The first sequel did use that controller. The third game that used the Kinect movements and stuff. When the original Kinect came out, it was yeah.
I had my roommate actually had this controller.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, it's a cool fucking
It's a cool thing.
concept.
It's a cool
Like,
fucking
I mean,
concept. Yes.
it's pretty fucking cool, and I mean, it was totally legit. But it's such a like because it's
a
that
one game only.
right? It's
Right.
the one game.
Man, what an investment, man! They wouldn't make games like that anymore. What
Right.
year did this come out?
This is 2003. I'm sorry, 2001, 2003, somewhere. It's early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s.
And you say they're now worth a lot of money?
I'm sorry, what?
You say the controllers now are worth a lot of money on?
They are. I mean, all of this stuff is worth a lot of money. If you can find any of this stuff, people on eBay are buying. I mean, that a handy boy you can get, like if you want to look on eBay, it's like $300 to get that thing. Because all this stuff is now collector's items. Up next, we're going to talk about the first haptic suit, the Aurora Interactor. Have you all heard of this?
I think I remember commercials for it.
Yeah, I got a
I'm
commercial.
gonna look for it right
Yeah, I got
now.
a commercial here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one?
Because
Yeah, ashtray. We got one.
Hey, I've been trying to help
God.
co-produce. Got to get my credits.
Stop.
that paycheck.
This is like
at
an
this kid.
epileptic fucking fever dream, man.
Yeah, look at him.
Fuck
It was
is
the early
going
90s.
on here?
Early 90s, all right?
To see Mortal Kombat fucking flashing and
Well, they actually signed a deal with Mortal Kombat with Acclaim to promote Mortal Kombat too. The purpose of this suit was to make you feel in the game. Which when I saw this commercial as a kid, I was like, that seems cool, but I don't want to feel a punch from Mortal Kombat. It seems like it's going to be painful. It was compatible with the SNES and the Sega Genesis, and it was the first commercially available haptic suit. What it did was it took bass pretty much, and it was supposed to put it
sounds.
put like the vibrations for bass around the vest, and they were supposed to make you feel like you're in the game. Like I said, they signed a deal with Acclaim to promote Mortal Kombat 2. In addition, they had a $5 million advertising campaign.
damn.
And they sold 400,000 units, and they considered it to be successful. They also said the device was found to work well with VR eyeglasses plugged in. I don't know what VR eyeglasses are. I didn't want to look that up, so I didn't. But this is like the power pad. Some people say it was awesome. Some people say it was a piece of shit. When it comes to it, I never got to use it. It did have an introductory price of $100.
$100? That isn't too bad.
That isn't too bad, but keep in mind the SNES and the Genesis were still like $150 at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, this is 94, so the price might have dropped down to 100. Next up is the Virtual Boy, and I chose this one because Nintendo, I remember
This is one I did get to play.
They marketed it as like a virtual, like you being in the game because you're putting your head inside the little the thing. They promised to come out with a strap that you could put it on the head because it was on a little stand on the table. But they never came out with a head strap because the system didn't last that long.
Why the fuck was it red?
Okay, it was red because they the guy Chobi, whatever, I can't remember his name, but the guy who was in charge of making it or whatever, red was the cheapest color. That's why it was red. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing I did not know about it. It was a 32-bit system, and it was on par with the PlayStation. It was on par with the PlayStation 3DO, and it was another system that was out at the time. I think it was the Sega Saturn or something that was out. There were 32-bit systems. But he felt that if you put a color screen on it, it would have brought the cost of the console up for too much. So I believe it was like $100, $150, I believe.
That's a Japanese ass decision right there. It's like
right?
it's fucking red.
Fucking red.
Like,
It's
what the
fucking red.
fuck?
So the Virtual Boy which was released in 1995 in Japan, and in August 95 in North America. Came with the games Mario Tennis, Red Alarm, Tellero Boxer, and Galactic Pinball. I've played Mario Tennis and Galactic Pinball. I can't remember if I played Tellero Boxer.
I played. Wasn't there some kind of flying game?
I can't remember. I didn't look up all the games for it. The console did ship from Mario Tennis. Nintendo initially projected sales of 3 million consoles and 14 million games. These motherfuckers didn't even come close.
Yeah.
And that was in Japan. I'm sorry. In North America, they projected hardware sales of 1.5 units and software numbering 2.3 units by the end of the year. By December that year, they had only shipped fucking 350,000 units.
Yeah, I
So they were
believe
nowhere
that.
close to their close to their thing. So altogether, the Nintendo said they sold 770,000 Virtual Boy units, including 140,000 in Japan. But here's the thing: they had a promotion, which is why this is how I got to play it. They had a promotion at Blockbuster. I didn't know it was a promotion. I just thought it was cool that Blockbuster was doing this, where you could rent a Virtual Boy at Blockbuster for $10, and you could pay it. Nintendo provided 750,000 consoles to rent, and it included. And this
So
is
that was the
around.
sales was to
I think so.
Blockbuster.
I think that's where the sales. They said that's where the sales came from. The promotion included 3,000 Blockbuster locations. And if you and after you returned your rented unit, you got $10 off the purchase of the Virtual Boy at any store.
That's a
But people
great
feel
fucking
like
idea. Too bad it was dog
right.
shit.
Well, people think that that was the downfall. After people rented it, they were like, "This is a piece of shit. I'm not going to pay money to fucking play this."
Right.
Yeah, why would I buy this piece of shit?
Well,
and it
yeah.
hurts your neck playing
Well,
it.
that's the
'Cause you
thing
gotta
is
set it on a
it had a
table.
tripod on a
Yeah,
desk like a goddamn fucking like missile guidance system or something.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, down Periscope. Red Alert, that was the game I was thinking of. That was kind of like a 3D game.
So remember, this shit came out in August of 1995 over here. By mid 1996, Blockbuster was selling its Virtual Boy units for $50 each. Because that's how popular it was. Another big thing with the like you were saying, the color was red and everything else. A lot of people complained about the color, the black and red, and said it was hurting their eyes and things like that. I didn't know this at the time, but the Virtual Boy uses a pair of linear arrays, one per eye, and rapidly scans against across the eye. But it uses oscillating mirrors that vibrate back and forth at high speed, and that's why the system always hummed. And they said that's why it hurt people's eyes. Also, I didn't know that it had an automatic it automatically paused every 15 to 30 minutes so that the person could take a break before before they hurt their eyes.
It's like giving
Wow.
you LASIK fucking surgery or some shit.
Okay, next up is the Tony Hawk Ride controller. My buddy, I had a buddy of mine. He was a huge Tony Hawk fan. Loved all this game.
Fucking commercial.
And I remember. Go get the commercial after, right?
I got it.
I remember him buying this game and getting the fucking case and getting the skateboard peripheral that it came with, and trying it out. And he almost broke this skateboard over the fucking TV the first day he got it. Also, the game was a piece of shit. The Tony Hawk Ride received negative reviews. The Metacritic average score was 46, 44, and 47 for Xbox, PlayStation 3, and Wii versions.
So it was a special fucking version of the game.
Well, there was a version of the game that came with there was a skateboard controller you could buy either separately or with the game if you wanted to bundle it. And it was a skateboard. There's a picture in the old outline there. The skateboard has a sensor on the front and back and sensors on the side. And you could use it. You put the board back, you jump, or put the board forward. You do things, and you can. And while it's just kind of like trying to. It was very awkward. Also, the board was like that thick, and then it was on the floor. So when you got to pedal your feet next to it to make you go faster. Like sometimes it wouldn't register because your foot wasn't low enough, and it was just really awkward. You got calibrated, and also the game was a piece of dog shit. I mean, GameSpot gave it a 3.5 out of 10. It just wasn't a very good Tony Hawk game.
You know, you're fucked when GameSpot's giving you low scores like that.
Yeah. And it wasn't very good. Like I said, my buddy, I've actually tried this out. I thought it'd be a cool ass fucking idea, and the board looks pretty fucking cool too. During the calibration, Tony Hawk's talking to you and things. I thought it was gonna be fucking cool. It was not cool. It was a piece of shit, actually. Last but not least, this is something I never even heard of. The Konami Laser Scope. Anybody heard or seen this thing?
No.
No, I never heard of this thing before.
Okay, this was the
Looks
game.
fake.
It was designed for the game Laser Invasion.
Look at that. That's a young fucking Jack Black playing fucking laser scope.
We got a fucking commercial for that one.
I didn't look up a commercial for it. You all feel free while I talk.
All right.
Well, I didn't think we needed to stop and look at. I didn't know if we'd be able
Yeah.
to.
We have to.
I don't
now.
know why we're at like 10:36 because everybody has to see a commercial.
Right. I mean, that's why I didn't want
The
to.
only way to know it really existed.
Okay, here's
No,
the
it really
commercial.
existed because we're. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh,
It was
God.
designed for the game Laser Invasion. And it was, but it worked with any game that was compatible with the NES Zapper. It was also like the Nintendo. It was like one of the first headsets. So the way it worked is they had the little thing that come out over your face, over your eye. That little blue window had a red dot in it, and you aim through that, and the zapper eye was on top of that, and that's how far you're aiming at the screen. And all you had to do is say any kind of phrase that made a quick sound like fire. It's supposed to say fire. But
And so you had to. Oh my God! Can you imagine being a parent? Fire! 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 Fire!
right, but because it was one of the, you really didn't have to say fire. It was any kind of audio response would work.
Right.
And I don't know if you ever played video games with somebody, but there's a lot of fat guys who breathe into the mic. So like breathing too much in the mic will actually set it off. So it didn't work as people thought it would. And so instead of yelling fire, people would just yell fuck. Apparently, that's what I've been reading. It's like, fuck, it's not fucking
Yo,
working.
Elijah.
But one cool thing about it was it plugged that little zapper part, that little eye thing. It actually disconnects. You can take that off and use it as a headset. And it plugs into the audio.
Headset for what? Talking to yourself?
Well, no, it plugs into the audio port of the Nintendo, so that it was actually a way for you to play your games without your parents knowing you were playing Nintendo, because only the TV would be on, but no sound would be coming through, so you can hear all your Nintendo sound through your headset. So, yeah.
Oh shit!
Shit.
So yeah,
Sneaking. Remember back when that was like the mortal sin? Now it's like you're fucking watching Pornhub on your fucking tablet.
Shut up, man. Don't look, Mike. I got a growing boy. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Don't tell me what I'm going to deal
Oh,
with.
he's absolutely watched Pornhub on something.
Yeah.
Doing it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some honorable mentions of game peripherals that actually worked, that were great. The Rock Band game.
Yeah. was
The
gonna
Rock
say.
Band game those are fucking fantastic.
I could never
Those are
get
great.
into those.
Rock Band. Did you ever play Rock Band?
Oh, Rock Band. Yeah.
It
Yep.
had the drums, the keyboard, the guitar, the microphone, the
I
I
singing.
can't
stuff.
escape the self-referential image of myself playing this fucking plastic little thing.
Yeah, right.
I could just not do
I
it.
remember one night we fucking got 4 people together and tried to play Tool on Rock Band. Like
And-
vocals, guitar, bass, and drums.
And did y'all
Yeah.
suck?
It didn't go very good.
Yeah, because like the guy on drums, like, I'm put on expert. No, bro, just put on normal. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
One of my favorite, which is actually a surprise. Did you all ever play DJ Hero?
No.
Is that that one? It's like a rock band, but it's a
It's
turntable.
Like a turntable.
It was
thing.
Controller.
a turntable. It was a turntable with the red, green, and blue buttons like Rock
Yeah.
Band.
2
Mm.
And you had to-
turntables and 1 microphone.
And
It's
one
someone who gets paid. Like
And it was
a
actually-
DJ is the
Throw it
lowest
back
on
to
the
smoke, you got a
musician
deal.
talent totem pole.
But I mean, the music on there for one of my favorite mixes was Jay-Z's H to the Izzo and the Jackson's 5 Give Me One More Chance. That was a mashup you did, and it was fucking awesome. But like the music was great, and then you actually felt like after a while you get high enough, you feel like, okay, what's up my people?
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can anybody think about any peripherals for video games that I know Oracle with your driving.
Yeah,
You
so
drive-
wheels, I mean,
Wheels,
y-
yeah.
and these you can really spend a lot of money, and so these are super
Yeah.
high quality things that will last years. Don't buy a cheap ass wheel. I remember like when the N64 came out and shit, they had these cheap ass wheels. Those were
Cheap-ass wheels, yeah.
terrible. You can
Yeah.
get nice wheels. Joysticks are awesome for flying games. Got a Thrustmaster. They've got some other ones that are really good.
I bet you
so I
do
like
have a
those.
Thrustmaster.
Yeah, I do. And it fucking
Mhm.
shoots up my asshole. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
so-
remember?
Sonic.
Do you remember hearing back in the day?
Sonic
It was all a total lie, but about the it was some wheel that was so strong that was breaking people's wrists. Do you ever remember hearing those stories? It was like
I do remember hearing that, and that was
Sounds like an
back
old
in the
Oracle wives'
days.
tale.
Yeah.
yeah, like
I
it was like
mean,
a little.
Yeah, and they have fucking. I mean, these like Wreckfest. I can't play Wreckfest for a long period of time with my wheel because I'm fucking exhausted.
After fighting,
Yeah, because you're getting spun around and shit, and you're just like
Such a rigorous workout.
Well,
there's
like
a lot of fucking
the ones that like
tension
the
there.
F1 teams have and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, a couple $100,000 simulators.
right.
Like they can. I
I'm
don't
sure.
think they set them that high, but they can actually probably break your
Yeah.
thumbs
They-
if you wrap your thumbs
Yeah.
on the inside just from those motors, the fucking
Right.
tension, and the hydraulics and shit.
And
dude,
there's
it'll fucking-
probably stuff like they make some higher end wheels. I think it's like the TS Pro or something like that, where it's got a stronger motor. That motherfucker, if you're Aaron Rodgers, you better stay away from that with your fucking broken ass thumb, because that's gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
But those are good.
All right, all right, cool. That's video game peripherals. Yeah, those things fucking sucked. Well, a lot of them sucked. Some of them were cool. Anyway, moving on to our what's sexy part of the show. That's where we tell you what's sexy because we're some sexy motherfuckers. Except for Ashtray, he's old. Up versus Oracle with Buck Fever. You murdering bastard. Peter, we'll hear about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buck fever. So went out with the wifey in the tree stand early in the morning. We were out there for about 30 minutes. And my daddy's like, oh, I think the bucks are still in rut, so if you see a doe, don't shoot right away, because I had a doe and a buck tag. And sure enough, a couple does came out, and then they take off, and then this buck comes going through, barreling through. Had a pretty short window. And Carolyn's just like, she's fucking watching this thing. It all went down in like, 20 seconds or whatever. And yeah, got it. And it was awesome. We were out there. It was probably 30 minutes. Yeah. And we had this 8-point
How
buck.
many? 8 point? Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a cool experience to do that.
There you
And
go.
Does it upset her? Does the killing upset her?
No.
I didn't know if it
No.
was a thing.
No, she didn't seem like.
nope, she crawled inside the cavity.
Yeah,
after-
stayed warm.
Yeah.
Stayed warm while he skinned it. Come on, hurry up, baby. It's chilling
Yeah,
down in
right.
here.
My feet are cold.
Cool. So what are you gonna make with the meat?
Fucking
Venison.
Food?
I know the meat's called venison. You can't make venison with the meat. What are you gonna make with the meat? Is the
So,
question.
well, what we do is we actually pool all of our deer together.
One big slurry
One big, yeah,
with
a
a
big
couple of old foods.
milkshake. No, they
Oh
cut
my
it up.
God.
They get all the steaks and stuff off of it, and then they take all the scraps and they send it off for sausage. And
Okay.
and they actually they get prime rib scraps and they put in with that meat too. So it's good sausage.
Awesome, cool.
Nice.
All right, well. All right, up next is Ashtray with Artemis. Orion live streaming circling the moon.
So, yeah, you seen this spacecraft that's rotating around the goddamn motherfucking moon
Goddamn motherfucking moon.
live right now? Said we're talking about who we're more concerned about who Pete Davidson's dating. Fuck, Pete Davidson ain't on the
I'm
moon.
not.
He may be crazy.
No, nobody.
about that
Who
at
is
all.
we worried about, mother? We ain't worried about that.
Oh,
shit. Why are you
this
bringing it?
stupid news.
Why are you bringing that shit here, bro?
I'm just saying,
Ain't
like,
shit.
they should be showing this. A lot more.
Watch Alien shoot it down.
You watch it every half hour, you'll see the Earth just pop up like a blue marble.
Dude, they're not gonna show the Earth.
Right.
It's flat. They're not. NASA's not gonna bust everybody's bubble by showing everybody
Yeah.
the thumb up top. Okay.
Like,
You-
what's the point? What's it doing? Is it scanning something?
It is.
fucking-
It's circling the orbit, and then it's going to be coming back. Like, so, this is a trial run for the craft that's going to take the
with the Mars.
astronauts to the moon. Well, we're going to do this moon base first.
we're going back to the moon.
We're going to try to start doing
yeah,
the moon
they're doing
base
the moon
to,
base. That's right.
to
Yeah.
practice for a Mars base. It's a lot
We're doing
easier.
a moon base? Oh shit.
Yeah, there's supposedly NASA's plan is to
Interstellar
land
War is coming.
the first person of color and the first woman on the moon.
What?
So all you other white male astronauts better step the fuck back.
Wait, there hasn't
We
been a
will
black
replace you.
dude yet?
We will replace you.
Only in the movie Iron Sky when the Nazis are on the
The
moon.
Nazis on the
There
moon.
hasn't been
They
one
send a black
fucking astronaut. Are you
astronaut.
fucking kidding me?
Black astronaut
Well,
on the moon?
they're not
No,
on the
there's been black
moon.
astronauts, but not on the moon.
Oh,
Yeah.
On the
No,
moon,
yeah, I
buddy.
suppose
Yeah.
they haven't been on the moon for years.
On the moon, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
I thought it was like it's like there hasn't been one black astronaut. I guess is what I was thinking. I'm like,
no,
what?
no. Yes, there's
Has
been
anybody-
black
has anybody
astronauts.
How
here
has
watched
NASA not been
80s,
canceled?
I think.
yet?
Does anybody here watch Space Force?
No.
Have
Yeah.
watched Space
No.
Force on Netflix?
Yeah,
They did an episode about this where they put the black chick on the moon.
That's right. Yeah,
And
that's
she had to-
right.
they
I
were like-
remember that.
and she had like, you should say something. It's good to be black on the moon. I mean, back on the moon. I mean, back on the moon. It was fucking hilarious. All right. Awesome. Way to go. Flat Earth. It's flat, folks. Next up is Mystic with Cocaine Bear for the win. Yeah, I saw
Okay,
this.
Bear for the win,
That's-
dude.
I saw this fucking trailer.
We need to all get together or something.
You're watching
Rent out a theater and just get hammered
'Cause this,
and watch
yeah, this movie
Cocaine
was
Bear.
just amazing.
What
Like,
the fucking
And
actual
that's
fuck, dude.
based off of like a real incident, isn't it?
Yeah.
yes.
in
So something happened in
1985.
85.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a bear fucking got into a duffel bag of coke and ate it all and died like about 10 minutes later because its heart had fucking exploded. So, like that's what it's based on.
It's just based on this premise, but
Yeah.
like instead,
And
like,
but it
would a
looks
real-
like it's making fun of itself, which is fantastic. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's not. It's just a fun. It's gonna be a fun hour and a half. It
And they
isn't
got
gonna
some,
be.
isn't that one guy from the fucking Daily Show?
Hey, that's Ray Liotta, isn't it?
Yeah, that is Ray Liotta. It's his last
Yeah,
fucking
his last movie.
where he died.
Yeah.
Oh, he did actually star in this.
I don't know if he
I
starred.
don't know who starred in
Some
it.
of my friend would say that's some.
I
They
think
got
it's one of
CGI Ray
those-
Liotta.
I think he did it so he could get coke money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the irony is deep with that one because you know. But it was probably one of those like, oh, we're gonna pay Ray Liotta fucking $100,000 to be in it in one scene, you know, and then he gets eaten by a coke bear. Or
Yeah.
something.
Well, there's enough like you know, like looks like familiar Hollywood faces
yeah.
that you tell there's some money behind this. And especially this quality of the CGI bear is not bad.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
looks,
there's like 15 Sharknadoes.
I mean, right. Why can't we
there
have
be
one cocaine bear?
multiple Fucking cocaine bears.
I mean,
There's
right,
gonna
yeah.
be 3
franchise
cocaine
here.
bears.
Let's get it going.
Cocaine Bear.
Way to go,
God
cocaine bear.
bless Cocaine Bear.
I'd watch it, but I'm not running out of fucking theater for it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not ready. I'll go.
Did he
somebody
just
else.
rape that man? What's disturbing? The bear just raped that.
Okay.
poor
Anyway,
man.
next up with me is with Chick-fil-A lemonade. Chick-fil-A lemonade is fucking good. I like it. I love it. I don't like a lot of Chick-fil-A stuff, but the lemonade's fucking awesome.
Go to Chick-fil-A just for the lemonade.
Is it the hate that makes it better?
I think it's the gay hate that makes it
The
better.
hate, the gay hate.
Yeah.
Or-
The
Yeah.
gay hate makes it better. You can just
It's actually condensed gay.
The gay
they,
hate.
just, they take like
Slightly
one gay
chilled
person and they just
gay
slowly
hatred.
just put them under pressure, store them for about
I don't know
10
what I don't know
weeks,
what they put in. Maybe a little bit of
squeeze the
cocaine.
gay
It's
out
good.
right out
It's
of them.
fucking good.
Comes out a straight employee.
Probably put powdered sugar in it. Put powdered sugar in their batter.
Go, dude.
Awesome.
Leva.
Cool. We're gonna start off. The next up is the fuck would you think section of the show where we tell you,
Yeah.
fuck what would you think. First up, I want to say Mystic, but it's the fuck. I see Ashtray's been fucking around with people's fuck would you thinks. So Mystic, what was your fuck would you think?
That is it.
Oh,
My
fuck, I
link
didn't
is
change
below
any
it, but
buckets
it's
thing.
not like a link. It's the link to fucking.
Oh,
Oh,
Kanye
it's
West.
not really
Kanye
a
West goes
link.
on anti-Semitic tirade on Infowars.
Yeah, you got to actually like make it or like copy it and paste it. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just gonna read this. Oh, God damn you!
Oh, he can't read.
No, I backed out of it. So he went on InfoWars this morning.
Mhm.
The Jewish media has made us feel like the Nazis and Hitler have never offered anything of value to the world, Yi said at one point during the interview. I see good things about Hitler also. And then he also said,
He was a fine painter.
yeah.
He said he sees fine things in Hitler.
Yeah. Well,
This
he
nigga
was
just-
like,
this nigga
It's
just
the
ain't fine
context and like I could see fine things in everyone.
yeah, that's
Oh.
what it was. Like he was like,
Doesn't
I see
matter.
fucking
Right?
Oh.
Fine things in Pol Pot and Stalin and
this
fucking Jeffrey
is a way
Dahmer.
shittier or fucking.
Ed Gein.
So okay, yeah. So it started off, and he goes, "You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized." Jones told Yi. We're talking about what's his face?
Kanye.
Alex.
No, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah.
Infowars. This is on Infowars. Who was appearing on his program along with white nationalist Nick Fuentes, who made headlines when they were all together with Trump at Mar-a-Lago.
It seems kind of funny that
this is
Nick,
Yi's response. Sorry. Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, Yi said in a response while wearing a fully hooded mask on the set of Jones's show. And Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love us and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography while also condemning Hitler, he added, saying you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good. And I'm done with that. And honestly, just objectively, that whole thing made no sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Did it not?
Oh, when you
like I
listen to him
read it
talk,
exactly
it's
like
hard.
it was. That was verbatim. I don't understand what he even really said.
Because he kind of talks in these weird cursory loops around topics.
Yeah, he's like Trump.
Yep.
And then he
But
said
doesn't-
every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Especially Hitler.
Especially, not even Hitler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially because Hitler
bring a
did
country together.
unify. He did unify Germany before he went fucking crazy and murdered fucking 6 million people. So, you know what I'm saying? But he used the word especially. He continued. Also, Hitler was born Christian. What?
Ah.
As the show headed to a commercial break, Jones told Yi he had a Hitler fetish, in quotations, to which Yi responded, I like Hitler. That's all I'm going to read because this is
it
crazy.
just seems like such a like scraping the bottom of. I mean,
I will say, but as a black man or a black community, somebody needs to grab this nigga and tell him shut the fuck up. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
He is digging it.
somebody
Just such a
Man, dude.
man. He's just like making himself fucking I don't know, like radioactive. You know, like
And also,
Will
Right.
Smith is just finally starting to like cool down. Where he's like, oh, I'm going to have an interview with Trevor Noah, my friend. You know, it's like
so it's. I find it funny that he's been hanging out with this white nationalist guy. There's nobody else.
oh yeah,
finding
that
him?
Trump doesn't know. Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Well, yeah,
Came to dinner.
This guy is smart enough to use him
mm,
to fucking get these people to fucking listen. You know what I'm saying? Like all these white nationalists now, like you said, they're listening to Kanye's music, trying to get
Mhm.
fucking.
Q
Oh my
dropped
God,
out of it.
what was he saying the whole time?
for
Like,
Ye
oh my
drops.
God.
It's a Ye
Yeah.
Yeah, this Nick Fuentes guy is all up in his shit now. Anyway,
he would have been smarter to just go like full Christian, like do the
Yeah.
Christian fucking.
The Gold Digger
route.
song is actually about
Doesn't he,
Jews.
doesn't he? I guess he doesn't still hold Sunday services anymore.
fuck, I don't know, dude.
Because I remember he was in there for a while. He was holding Sunday services.
Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye. He went to he did a
Yeah,
few
that's
at Osteen's church.
Yeah,
Oh,
Joel
wow.
Osteen.
Yeah.
Ashtray, have you seen Avenue 5, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched all the second
You
season.
know
yet.
Judd, the guy who plays the big fat white guy who like owns the thing?
Yeah, with the
Like that's Kanye to me. Like that's he
Oh,
like
totally.
thinks he's a genius
Super
and
rich and
everyone
thinks he's a
kisses his
genius.
ass because he's super rich, but he's just a fucking total walking moron.
yeah.
Like that's Kanye West. My God. Anyway, I'm done.
Cool. Up next is Oracle with Shitty Flu.
Shitty flu. So, shitty flu. I got a couple relatives that got hit by the flu pretty hard. They're in the hospital now because of this. And it's like,
Not even COVID, just fucking
yeah,
straight
the
up flu.
flu. But that's the thing. Like, and then I see this thing. There was like this article, like, oh, there weren't any flu cases in 20, or flu deaths dropped 97% in 2020. That's amazing news. And it's like, no, the flu was always here. Like, yes, COVID absolutely is a thing, but the flu never fucking went away, and it's always just as
Yeah.
bad. And it kills plenty of people and hospitalizes plenty of people.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, it's just like, fuck, flu sucks. It's always sucked. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it can
remember
really
when I
put
was in
people
the
down.
hospital for my foot the first time in 2017. This nurse, she was like the overnight nurse. She was like, "Yeah, my sister had that same thing, and she got it in the first foot, and then the next year she got it in the next foot, and then she died of the flu." And I was like, "What the fuck? That was the fucking end of your story?" Like, I'm laying in a hospital bed, like
Right.
fucking with this like septic infection in my foot and shit, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, she died of the fucking flu."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Holy shit, get out of here!"
Yeah. So I mean, it's just as bad as fucking COVID, you know,
Yeah.
and it's always been here, right? And
Right.
it sucks. So, yeah, fuck the flu.
Fuck the flu. Up next is Ashtray. If women don't find you handsome, then goddamn, at least they find you handy.
Yeah, fucking days. So this chick that I started to be intrigued with, and of course, so whenever I find any woman intriguing, I know automatically that there's something wrong with them.
And that you have to
Because
duct
it
tape.
just always pans out there. Like, that's why my relationships like don't last more than about 3 months. So waiting for the other shoe to drop with this person, where they like, yeah, oh, you should, I'll come to your gym class, and then we'll go. I got this project I need your help with
Fucking
at my
shower.
place. And it's like,
Project, huh?
yeah, right, project. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm fucking flirting at the
I help you with the pipe.
bar for
Lay some pipe.
months now. Anyways, yeah. And yeah, the day of like right before going to the gym class, she's like, "Oh, she's on the phone. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get my boyfriend to go." And I'm like, "What?" It don't say anything on the phone, but like, "Oh, there's that other shoe to drop." Nonetheless, I'm like, "All right." I'm like kind of thinking to myself, why is the boyfriend not fucking help you with this project? But you want me to come over the project? I don't know whether the boyfriend lives with her or not. So after gym class, show up in sweats, and here's poor Brandon. Hi, my name's Brandon.
Oh,
Was that the
no.
boyfriend?
The boyfriend, yeah, at the apartment. And she's like,
Does
hey,
this
this
story
is
end
Craig.
with you fucking the chick in front of her boyfriend?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
The
yet. That's where it's going, though.
anyways,
That's where it's going.
it may. Anyway,
God
she
damn it.
tells him, oh, this is Craig. He's a fix-it builder type like me. Like, we're gonna go fix this dryer. So
Oh, my God.
You're gonna go fuck
I know, and I'm like, man,
Oh,
like
my
this
God.
guy's being totally emasculated, and he can't.
He's a builder type like me.
And she goes over and has to give him the reassuring, like, while he's on the couch, kind of like, I'm watching TV.
Oh,
And
my
she has to
God.
go over and like kiss him on
What
the cheek, like,
fuck?
oh honey, like she's like, and they're like, all right, she's like
I'm-
gathering tools. And-
we're definitely not gonna go fucking say we're working on a dryer.
They're
Definitely not.
totally.
You go, honey.
It
You
was
play your Xbox.
we're
What's
so
that
like
up?
what
And we're
happened is
hammering the dryer.
her and her boyfriend let two other, so like they're musicians, work in the service industry.
So they're bad.
Let two other friends, another couple, stay. Well, I guess this couple, like, who needed to couch surf, were started doing meth in their apartment. and decided that they
That's a
would
weird
fix all
story.
these problems. It's a slumlord apartment already. Like I'm in
So
there
you
and I'm
gotta
like,
do
oh
meth
man,
there, man.
it just reminded me how I'm like glad I don't make service industry money because like you have to live in these shitholes where there are a lot of problems, right?
No, you don't.
If you well,
I've been in the service industry for 20 years. I don't live in shitholes. But I mean, I don't. I mean, I mean, yeah. If you want to fucking, I mean, yeah.
we're talking about the Baldwin Street Grill, not your nice fine establishment.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've worked at shitty places. I mean, I
Yeah,
worked at Old
dude.
Charlie and shit. I mean, I worked at Old
This is
Charlie
a
and TGI
dive
Fridays.
bar
Yeah. Anyways, so
catering to the fringes of society.
we
The fringe is something.
this meth head takes like because the dryer squeaked, took apart the dryer to try to fix it. And you know, they
Holy
don't know how to take apart a
Holy
dryer.
shit.
And so imagine on the inner rim when you open the dryer door, right? There's like kind of a round frame and the drum spins
Mhm.
around that from the inside.
Yeah.
This motherfucker pried that plastic frame out
Oh.
that the drum rolls around and like thought he could put foam in there to stop the squeak. And it's like you can't just put insulator foam in there.
Why didn't
Right.
you just oil it?
The right? Exactly. So nonetheless, they had to kick these meth heads out of their apartment.
Well, yeah,
And
that's a
because
good,
they
that's a good
live in a
choice.
shitty slumlord apartment, you know, it's like to call the landlord and be like, "Hey, we let some meth heads stay here for a bit, and they fucked your dryer up. Come fix it," you know. So she's like, "I gotta try to get this fixed to a certain degree," and it was
And my
fucked.
boyfriend's a cuck, so
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it'd pretty much be cheaper to find out how much it is and fucking just replace it because that landlord's gonna charge them double what it is to get a new one anyway. So
right. Anyways, but she's also that kind of type like I am too, where if I can fix the fucker myself, I'm gonna do it. But I was like 90, 95, 99% sure that like this is fucked. The whole metal's all bent and shit.
dude,
And
you were 99% sure it was fucked when she told you she had a project for you to help her come fix the dryer. You just wanted to go fuck this chick.
well, listen, I wanted to fuck this
yeah,
chick right
yeah,
up
you
until
did.
finding out she had a boyfriend
A
that
boyfriend
day.
on
okay?
that was
Let's
on
put it
the
that way.
on the couch. That's right. Yeah, but you already told you to help her out, so you had to go any fucking way. We get it. We understand. We've
Of
been there, bro.
course.
We've been there, bro.
Nonetheless, I was thinking to myself, because it was like all of a sudden, like if he would have walked down here, it would look like one of those, oh, she's stuck, this guy's girlfriend stuck in the dryer and I gotta help her. Because we were like inside the dryer drum having to bend all this metal back. With a
Both at
big
the same
fucking Irwin
time?
can. Yes. Well, like while I'm tucked in there, and then
wait,
she
how
stick
do you-
her head in
how
or
do you-
have her arm up around, like push up on the drum while I try to pry this piece in, right?
Oh my
Or like holding
god.
lights.
So y'all were playing dryer Jenga and you got into
Yeah,
end up
meth
fucking
head
anyway.
dryer ghost
Um,
scene.
Cool.
No, it
That's
just
a
we
great
ended
story,
up,
bro.
yeah, we did some we did some
Did some meth.
lines on not math. We just did some
Some
lines
lines.
on
Oh
the
my
dryer,
God.
and then we fucking with an big Irwin clamp and some screwdrivers, and we managed to get that thing bent back and that piece in place and the dryer working again.
Does it squeak?
At first she's like, it sounds better, but then she just told me that the squeak's back, but it's still drying. And
Awesome. Way to go, buddy.
yeah, nonetheless, it was like, oh, poor Brandon. Oh, nice to meet you. The dog loved me too. So like, all right, well, whatever. At least the other shoe dropped. Way better than just finding out she's crazy 3 months later and I'm entangled.
Well, thank you for that long ass story. Next up with me is Teddy with observably stupid Herschel Walker. I don't have a lot of political stuff to say on the show. But this nigga's stupid. He sounds. He was my fuck you think last week.
You heard it here, people.
He's gonna be my fuck you think until the election is over. The man.
Has he had any other office prior to this?
No, he sounds like walking CTE. And to hear, and I saw a clip with it was the guy from Texas, and then the gay guy from Carolina, Lindsey Graham, and who was the guy from Texas that took off to Cancun when the state was free?
Cruz.
Ted Cruz are sitting there, they're flanking this guy, and he's sitting there talking about, I'm Herschel Walker, and I played the football. And yeah, you ever see how vampires and werewolves? I didn't know a werewolf kill a vampire. That's pretty cool, you know. I thought it wouldn't be a
He
vampire.
said this?
Yeah, he was talking about he's watching. You ever watch a movie when you keep watching a bad movie, you think it's gonna get good? I was watching a movie the other night. It was a vampire movie. Did you know a werewolf can kill a vampire? I used to want to be a vampire. And I see them out like that. And, you know, that's cool. And then
This is
and it was
not a
just,
deep fake. This is real.
this is fucking real, right?
I gotta find this.
And I get it.
That's awesome.
And
Was he
it's
watching
so,
Herschel
fucking
Walker
Blade
vampires.
2 or
and
something?
and it's I don't know what he's watching, but it was very it's. I mean, look, I don't mind Republican putting talking heads of black people there. I mean, it's just
Walker vampires.
but at least try to find somebody that is. I mean, he's running against a pastor of a church, which has got to be easy to find some dirt on. Okay,
I'm the one that put that in there, Teddy. Observably stupid.
Oh, were you? Okay.
It's from Dave Chappelle's monologue on Saturday Night Live, where he's like, I don't want to talk bad about Herschel Walker because he's black, but he is observably stupid.
I thought Ashtray did that, yeah. But it's I'm like, just listen to him. Oh my God, it's just. Look, I don't live in Georgia, but the fact that it's a runoff
That
between
anybody would vote for him.
it's
is
a
insane.
black man who sounds like this and a black man who sounds like
Yeah.
that is fucking retarded.
Right.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you, and I get it. I don't know Warnock and everything else. He's a pastor, so I already don't trust him, and I get it.
Uh-huh.
But
But
when
he
you
won
got
against a white dude.
so what?
He won against a fucking white dude already. Like,
But
how
that was
are they
because-
voting for Herschel Walker over him?
Well,
They have to see how dumb he is.
they do,
Kinda
but
got
look, you understand. A lot of people vote along party lines, not for the.
Well,
not
and
for
that's
the-
the thing is,
nowadays. They vote along party lines. He might be a retarded nigga, but they will vote for him because he's going
but
Republican.
didn't Georgia also have the runoff with Trump recently, where they lost both seats to?
Yeah, to the
Democrats?
Democrats. That was
Democrats,
one
yeah.
of them.
That was one of them, yeah.
was one.
Warnock was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's when he beat the white dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But find another black guy who talks better than he does. You know, can make a sentence
Yeah.
without sounding like I
There
got
has to
CTE.
be somebody out there.
There's got to be somebody. I mean, he's
I'm
he's
Herschel Walker.
he is one snowy fall from being Muhammad Ali.
Snowy.
I mean, yeah. You don't even have to slip on the ice. Just slip on the fucking.
shit.
Just slip on the fucking
Yeah.
on the snow and fucking. He's gonna be Muhammad Ali. It's
One of his
but-
27 grandkids is gonna drop some fucking milk on the floor, and he's gonna slip in the middle of the night. Fucking hit his head on the table, and he's gonna be paraplegic.
Oh my
He's
god.
gonna be our next president. Mark my fucking words.
Fuck that. Trump 4 more years, baby. Let's
Mark
go.
my-
Let's go. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Herschel Walker. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theRedReport.com or Facebook.com/RedReport. You can never Twitter anybody because that shit's going down like flames. Like a sheriff's or fuckers with down or whatever. I'm Teddy.
Twitter.
Wakanda forever, by the way. I don't know if y'all noticed the Black Panther shirt I had on.
I saw the T'Challa thing there.
The Zash straight.
I'm Marco.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
Well,
What
missed
about
it.
Oh, I
missed
don't
it?
get to say anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
shit.
Cut off the man. Why? Because of his size? That's size.
No, man. Jesus.
I missed it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy. I can't count.
You just couldn't see it there because you got the camera.
Who's more depressed, Eeyore or fucking Snuffleupagus?
Eeyore.
Yeah.
Eeyore, you think? I don't know. Snuffleupagus
His
just
tail is
Okay.
held in by a fucking nail. Every time he sits down, he stabs his open ass.
Snuffleupagus, was that the one that was a big bird?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
yeah, Big Bird's fucking imaginary friend because I don't think anybody else ever saw him.
Really? I did not know that. Daniel.
No, he wasn't imaginary.
I was like, I thought the other kids could play with Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, they saw Snuffy. Yeah.
Oh, they saw Snuffy.